Ayurveda Lesson 3 Vata. In Ayurveda, the manifestation of the 5 basic elements in human's body and soul has been explained based on a series of abstract categories that are called dosha, which are Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. In Iranian traditional medicine, these categories are called humors, which are black bile, blood, and phlegm. So there are 4 humors instead of the 3 doshas that we have in Ayurveda. In this section, we will explore the relationship between the 5 basic elements and doshas, and we'll see how these elements can pair up and create various qualities such as heat, cold, dryness, and moisture in one's body and soul. In each dosha, all of the 5 basic elements are present. However, 2 of these elements are more dominant. Vata is the name of the first dosha. It is mostly comprised of the ether and air elements. Vata is cold, dry, subtle, rough, volatile, and mobile. The qualities of Vata is very similar to the qualities of black bile in Iranian traditional medicine. However, Iranian traditional medicine considers earth as the dominant element in this humor. This is another point in which the approach of Ayurveda and Iranian traditional medicine differs. Iranian traditional medicine says that the earth is cold and dry, and similar to a sponge, it absorbs moisture to itself and makes its environment cold and dry. Now let's shift back to Ayurveda. The dominance of the air element in Vata makes movement one of the most important characteristics of this dosha. Actually, the root of the word Vata in Sanskrit means vehicle, something that moves or carries other things around. For this reason, in all of the body functions that are accompanied by movement in a specific direction, Vata plays the most important role. For example, Vata is in charge of the downward movement that happens during the elimination of urine or stool, or the movement of blood in our veins, or the pulsation of the heart, or the movement of the air in the lungs, or the movement of bones, joints, and muscles, or the downward movement that happens when you get your period, or the excess movement that happens in your thoughts when you feel anxious. When Vata is in balance, these movements happen in the direction and pace that they should. However, when Vata goes out of balance, their direction might get reversed, or the pace might become too fast or too slow. For example, think of the Parkinson's disease. Too much Vata creates involuntary movements in body. Or think of constipation. The downward movement in colon stops and the elimination of stool becomes so hard. Vata is also in charge of the essence of our life, or prana. When prana and consequently Vata leaves our body, we won't be alive anymore. We are going to talk about prana more in our next sessions. The last point for this session is that in Ayurveda, when a dosha is imbalanced or aggravated, it usually means that the dosha has increased in one's GI tract and consequently in one's body and soul. For instance, when Vata is aggravated, it means that the ether and air elements have increased and the cold and dry qualities have escalated in the GI tract and consequently one's body and soul.